Wait, so everything's wrapped up then?
Yes.
Laaniel looks at. Well, hold on. So we were kind of joking about this. Does Laaniel remember Jules hitting him, or shall we like roll to see if he forgot what made him black out?
If you want to, yeah.
What would I roll?
Oh, goodness. What would you roll?
Should we just like flip a coin?
Oh.
You can do. I could just roll a 1d2, and you can pick one.
Motive?
Well, no, because it's
No,
like it's something that sense motive would
It'd
be
be
like,
more like a int or wisdom check.
Yeah. We'll do a wisdom check.
my wisdom is 0, so
I'll just roll 1d20.
Yeah.
After the trauma received to his head, all he remembers sort of throbbing and the pain. And whenever he looks at Jules, he sort of associates her with that, but otherwise he can't really remember anything else. Just feels pain.
So he remembers like going to wake her up and then blacking out, or
he remembers very little of the night before. All he really remembers is a sharp pain to his temple, and otherwise just nothing else.
well, then he he looks at Suzuko and just quite dumbly asks, "What?"
I want to go check the 2 scorpions for loot.
Alright.
The 3 scorpions for loot.
3 scorpions. Okay, you check the scorpions.
Guts.
Yeah. Do you bother rummaging around, or you just look around?
I'll stab it with. I'll use a dagger to sort of riff. I'm not touching it with my hands. It could be poisonous.
Okay, so you sort of use your dagger very warily, sort of rummage through the scorpion guts and meat, but otherwise you don't really find anything. It's just a regular scorpion.
Can I tell if the tails are poisonous?
Roll for.
I have poison use as a craft, but I haven't trained it yet, so it's only
You
one.
haven't trained it, yeah.
So it'd be.
You can absolutely. But what would you like to do with the scorpion tails?
I want to know if they're poisonous. If they're poisonous, I'm going to take them and sell them.
Oh, you want to know if they're poisonous?
Yeah.
We'll go with knowledge. Roll knowledge. Knowledge local. Knowledge local.
Right, I don't have that trained, so that's a 0.
That's okay. 1d20.
Boom.
Your understanding of ninja craft and your training has you aren't familiar with this land, but you know sort of your instructor taught you about the poisons available in this big region, this world, and you are aware that scorpions generally hold a poisonous sac in their tails. This scorpion is of no exception, because as you can see from the from one of the cut-off points during the previous the scuffle.
Right, I wanna. I don't have anything to put it in.
You do not.
Right, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna remember it for the future.
Alright, so you remember it for future, but others, you just leave the scorpions there.
Laaniel would like to walk over and say thank you to Aegon and to Suzo for.
Okay. Yeah, you can describe that. Just say that you.
Suzu. I mispronounced. I'm sorry. Suzu. Laaniel walks over to Aegon and just says a quick thank you for being on watch and being able to hold back the scorpion while everybody was able to get ready, and then walks over to Suzu and thanks her for the inspire courage.
When you said Suzu, I thought it was like a Pokemon call. Like Suzu.
Sorry, but if I could say Suzuko, but my S's aren't the greatest in the world.
Wait, so
It's still mostly night, but you can start to see the sky sort of starting to lighten up and turn a lighter shade of blue. The sun isn't up yet. However, you assume that once you all are cleaned up and you've had maybe your first meal for the day, whatever it may be, the sun should be should come down. Yes, Suzu can absolutely harvest the meat from the scorpions.
So if I wanted to have a somewhat hushed conversation with Jules, would I do that in a private chat with Kira, or?
No, dude, we always GM is God basically. I'm
It's only if we're
like,
making out of game plans to screw you over
Yeah.
that we need to
Oh, I
use
thought.
private chat.
I thought you said we were making out, in which case we need to use the private chat.
If you're making out, please go into like one of the corners behind the dunes. We don't need this.
Crouching behind a rock. No, so Laaniel will then somewhat attempting to be casual, but failing a little bit because he's still a little bit shaky, staggering a little bit. He will sidle up next to Jules and say under his breath, "Did you knock me out, Julian?"
Do I kill him?
He gives her a knowing glance as he says that.
Okay. I've got to actually think, because
this is hushed under his breath, so he's not like, he's making a point of not saying it loudly.
Yeah, I'm just like one of listed under her fears is her past, her home city, nobility being trapped. Just hit like 4 of those buttons.
Yeah.
There's
3 giant scorpions.
They're kind of tiny.
Also recognize Laaniel.
Yeah, I know, but she didn't. You do not remember my sense motive roll?
It's okay if
Roll
you're
again.
small, so they see.
Right, my.
Sorry, Nikki, could you repeat?
Jules is small, so the scorpion seemed big.
Basically.
Fuck you. I killed every single one of them that I went after with 1 touch.
Every single
So
one of them.
while both of you
Okay,
go off on your
my
secret little conversation, everyone else is sort of digging into the scorpion around the campfire.
No, I was gonna say, Jules' hand twitches towards the sword before stopping, and then follows him over for the private conversation.
Yeah.
But like, she definitely considers just killing him there.
Do you both want a private conversation right now as you go move away from the group?
You're the one who started this.
Well, I mean, he.
Oh, you asked, did I knock you out? Sorry.
Yeah.
I go, you startle me, and then move back towards the group.
Well, since they're not doing a private conversation, Laaniel strolls back to the rest of the group as well, and sheepishly says, "Sorry, I'll try and avoid nudging you awake next time." And he looks a little bit peeved that you knocked him out, but he's apologetic for it. And he does. I don't know if he saw your hand twitch towards your sword. I imagine not.
No, it would have been obvious. It would have been an immediate reaction of brought up past kill, not kill.
Yeah.
But like she wasn't trying to hide that.
Yeah. So he
whichever way, she makes sure to sit on the opposite side of like the circle to him.
Yeah.
Does Zuko have cooking skill, or are we just eating this raw?
Zuko! She does have a cooking skill, but I would assume that all of you at least know how to basically heat meat.
No.
I wouldn't make. That's a dangerous
I use Ray of Frost on it.
Don't roll. No.
Laaniel, having noticed her hand twitch,
Am I wearing pants? I'm wearing a skirt.
Are you wearing a skirt?
I'm wearing a damn kilt.
I was just looking at the art I've got as the picture thing.
No one's commented on that yet. I'm wearing a kilt. So Laaniel sighs a little bit, apologizes for nudging her awake, and then sort of quietly, as they're both heading to the group together, says, "Sorry for bringing up that particular subject. Didn't know it was a sore
She ignores him
spot."
and moves away from him.
All right. He shrugs and sits down at the fire.
Your morning goes uneventfully. You all pack up all your things, you bundle it all up. You're all full, quite well rested, relatively speaking, anyway. Especially since you didn't exhaust yourself the day before, and you began setting out towards the city of Al-Hakrid, using the route that Suzuko has kindly provided. So as you walk, again, it's very uneventful. The sun begins to rise. You feel the cold chill sort of dissipate as the warm, dry heat of the desert begins to reemerge with the rising sun. You continue walking, and it's roughly about, you would gauge, noon, as the sun is almost overhead, when you begin to see a city at the edges of your vision. And it's as you walk closer, you manage to you notice the large walls that surround what you would assume is the perimeter of the town, and you see these large iron gates guarding the castle walls. Sorry, not the castle walls, the city walls. It's closed, and you see nobody in your line of view. It's dead silent. Your party approaches, not very quietly, mind you. You make sure not to make yourself invisible as you walk up to it. However, even standing in front of the large, imposing gate, you find that no one has come to greet you.
Rude.
More like suspicious.
That's
Worrying.
so.
Worrying, I'd say. So the
Yeah.
gates are the gates shut then?
Yes, the gates are
Okay.
shut, and there's nobody outside. It doesn't sound like there's any ruckus inside. Stay quiet. You look up in the walls. There's nobody. Usually, though, you would assume, from your knowledge and your upbringing, you would assume that there would be guards lining the walls. But there's just it's quiet. It's empty.
Laaniel moves slightly back, tilts her hat down to have some shade so she can pull out the map and check to make sure it's the city we're supposed to be going to.
Okay. You check, and your finger sort of runs along the map as you trace the location that you've been through, and you find that yes, it is the city of Hakrid. It is indeed the city that you are seeking. The walls, Miraz, you find are quite sizable. You would say they're maybe 20 feet.
Out of curiosity, I was looking at the open close cantrip, and it says objects weighing up to 30 pounds or a portal that can be opened or closed. Would that include the gate, or is that too big?
The gate is quite imposing. It is about the same height as the wall, so about 20-25 feet. So,
Well,
because it's made of a very sturdy material, you would assume that it is far heavier.
I think Glant's question was that the weight thing that
it doesn't apply. It says it doesn't
or portal.
Yeah, it says, object weighing up to 30 pounds or a portal that can be opened or closed. I was wondering if the gate fell under the portal.
Portal is not a portal.
Okay. Well, no, I assume portal meant doors.
Well, does it look locked? Go on, sorry.
Sorry. You see no visible lock mechanism outside. For Suzu, you are not very familiar with the city because it is one of the newer cities that has arisen from the desert. However, your Kitsune abilities, you're familiar with digging and breaking into cities, but generally not through such a sturdy wall and gate.
So, anyone have any ideas on getting in? Asking this in character.
Of course.
I've never been here. I've got no idea. I could
Like,
try.
Does anyone have any explosives?
Hi, Nikki. The wall seems to be made of a little sort of sandstone that seems to be seems to have originated from the desert.
Does it look scalable?
It does look scalable, yes, but not by but it is quite long. So Aegon pulls out his rope and his grappling hook.
If I back away a bit, can I see if anyone's on top of the walls?
You can back away, and as you look up, you find that there's nobody there. It's just
Right. Screw it, I'll join Aegon in the rope and grappling hook plan.
Do you all have your grappling hook and rope?
Yeah, I have mine.
I believe I got rid of that. Let me check real quick.
There's also the 50 feet of silk rope that you could make the rope.
I know I got rid of that.
Suzu has hers.
Yeah, that shit's heavy.
Yeah, no, I don't
But
have
you can
mine.
all share the grappling hook, of course. Just someone needs to hook it on.
Suzu will give
I'll
hers
invite my
to
fellow Dex
Liana.
fiends.
Alright, so is that your approach? Would you like to climb the walls? Scale the walls?
Yep. Doesn't seem to be
Alright.
enough way in.